Hey, what's going on, guys and gals? Welcome to Indie Game Test Drive. Today we're going to take Spacebase DF-9 out for a short spin. We shall kick the proverbial tires, as it were, and see what she's got under the hood, and hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a pretty good idea of whether or not this is something that you want to plunk down your hard-earned space bucks on. So just sit back and relax and keep your hands and feet in the vehicle at all times, and I should be able to get you back in one piece. Now, before we jump into the gameplay, let's get the nitty-gritty out of the way. So this is Spacebase DF-9. It is a space station simulation game. It's currently being made by Double Fine, or it is being made by Double Fine. It's currently in early access. It's an Alpha 4B right now. In fact, this is the current version. You can get it on Steam, and you can get it at spacebasedf9.com. It's 25 space bucks. And away we go! Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Spacebase DF-9. And as I had mentioned earlier, it is a space station simulation game. It is real time. As you can see here, all of my citizens are hustling and bustling and going about their daily lives. Some are working. Some are boozing it up in the bar. Some are enjoying a little bit of, what are you eating here? Venusian Neon Fluffalo. We have the best in the universe. We were rated. We have some smoked hump pasta coming out for Penny. She's very sad, but she'll probably love that. I might make her a little happier. Tanya Hickman's botanist skills just increased. That's nice. So I've gone ahead and just paused the action here before anybody gets into too much trouble, because they do. Invariably, your space citizens are going to get into trouble. And you are going to have to respond, or at least tell them how to respond, because they're not the brightest bulbs on the tree. And as a space manager, it is my job, space station manager, it is my job to keep my citizens happy and healthy and entertained and, well, generally just breathing, right? But they don't make it easy as a space manager. However, I have some tools at my disposal to make my life a little bit easier, or at least get some information that I might need to make proper decisions. So why don't we go ahead and let's take a look at Yuqi Generously, who's, well, she's healthy. That's good. She's deeply sad, though, and I'm curious about that. So I've got the action paused here while we take a look at this. And this is one of the things you have to do as a space-based manager is, well, basically get on the Spaceface page, Yuqi's Spaceface page, or any citizen Spacebase page, and check out their feed. Right? I mean, I'm their employer. I can do this. I don't think they can take any legal action against me. I mean, who are they going to call out here in space? I'm the man. I'm the man. Anyway. Okay, so let's take a look at Spaceface. So the Spaceface kind of gives us a clue as to what this particular citizen is thinking about. What's on his or her mind? Are they happy? Is there a problem? What they're looking for in life? What are their desires? What do they need to make them happier in this case? Or what's making her unhappy, I should say. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at these entries, and it's chronological with the most recent at top. She likes hanging out at the Iron Dwarf Star. That's the name of this bar. It's the best pub on Earth. Best pub on the base. Best pub on Earth. Let's see. Now, I have recently spruced the joint up. So that's what she wrote here in this entry. Has the administrator been spiffing up the place recently, or was this fancy decor always here? So I have realized, after having built up this base and neglecting these niceties, these creature comforts like plants and rugs, that people get very sad with just kind of stark, bare walls. So I have been slowly building up some of these plants and rugs and monitors here and there, and with, well, pretty much in all the rooms when I have the matter to do so. And it is slowly making people a little bit happy because everybody was down in the dumps. Getting back to matter. Now, matter is something that we mine, and we send our miners out here to mine it. It's out here floating in space. And in fact, it looks like we have Laura Yilmaz out here. She's kind of happy. She's got some raw matter, carrying it back to the refinery. But I need to do that to tell her that we need more of that mine because she had finished the job. All right. So while you know what? Let's just go ahead and hit the space bar and see what kind of trouble we can get into as we take a little tour of the base. So yeah, so here we have our pub, and I built all this up. You have to have a bar in the pub, of course. You have to put the standing table so people can stop and eat. I've got monitors here to keep people happy. Makes them happy to have neon signs. We have some fire extinguishers and emergency alarms, and we might get to see how those come into play later. We have a refrigerator full of some food here. Well, right now it's got lots of glow fruit, nothing else. Condition's 88. Hopefully one of my technicians will go over there and fix that up. Oh, look at this. We have a starship incoming, or actually it's already here. Typically you're going to get a notification that says a starship's coming, and you'll have probably 30 seconds to a minute to sort of be prepared for that, because occasionally raiders will come and attack your base. Now, unfortunately, not all raiders that want to come and cause harm and steal your stuff are going to come right out and tell you that that's what they're going to do. So let's read our communication here and see if we can get an indication of this particular feller's intentions. So greetings and salutations. We're looking for a place to crash for a while. Do you have good defenses aboard? Ooh, that could be a clue. We have journeyed for too long without proper rest. We no longer want to travel. We heard you had a surplus of matter. Is that true? Sounds interesting. Please let us in. It sounds a little desperate, doesn't it? This is a little bit fishy. Now we have two responses here. We have we have this one. We have just enough space to accommodate you. Don't expect free lunch though. You'll be expected to pull your weight. Or we say you seem a little shifty. Take a pass. In which case, if it is a bandit or raider, they'll ignore this anyway and they'll come in. But if we do this option, we're going to allow this person on our base, and this is the only way currently to get new citizens in our base. There's no procreation in Spacebase right now. You know, there's no babies being born on our base. So currently the only way to increase your population is to allow these random space travelers aboard. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Just out of curiosity to see what this guy has. Or what he is. So we're going to go ahead and say, glad to hear it, welcome aboard. And here he comes. Now it's going to show his ship fly in, and there goes my phone. Oh, he's parking right under the base. I can't get a beat on him. Where is he? Where is he? Alright, so I paused the action just to get an idea of what Claudia has in mind here. Now, right now in the alpha, if you point to a raider that has raiding intentions, it'll say raider. And at that point, I could set up a beacon and have my security forces head over here and gather over here by the airlock and be prepared to confront Claudia, or the raider. But Claudia right now looks like she's okay. She's healthy, she's neutral, she's eating food, and it doesn't say raider, so I'm assuming she's not going to do anything malicious or harmful to us. Now here she comes. She's going to take off her spacesuit. She's in the airlock. She's going to come on in. And, of course, my security forces haven't responded for... It could be for a couple of reasons. Number one, I did set up the beacon kind of late. She was already at the gates, so to speak. And number two, my security folk might actually be asleep. Yeah, so Anna is not only hurt, but she's asleep. Great security we have here. And Gofu Ofu is Gofu Ofu off over here. He's goofing off and looking at the... Oh, he's playing a handheld game. Yeah, he is goofing off. So he's probably thinking Anna's on duty, but she's sleeping. And he's playing a game in the garden zone. He loves it here. Garden zone magenta is secretly my favorite place on the base. The plants and fresh air make it so pleasant. Great. So I'm so glad that they responded to my security beacon. Fortunately, this young lady here, where is she? Claudia is not a raider, and she's just going to have a piece of corn. And let's see what she's up to. I don't know any of these people. This feels really awkward. I know their title is administrator, but I like calling them captain, like in all the old books and vids. So I guess we're the administrator rather than space-based manager. So why don't we give her a job, since she's not assigned to any job, and we can't have her just milling about, taking up food and oxygen without actually contributing something. So let's see where she is here. Here's Claudia. I like to do it here. I could just click on her actual character and do it over here in the tab, but I like the spreadsheet look a little bit better. So right now she's unassigned. She does not have a task. And I think what we're going to do is put her... well, she's a good miner. Now these stars, by the way, indicate her skill at these particular professions. You definitely want to avoid the single stars, because if they only have one star in a job and you happen to put them in that particular position, they could potentially do more harm than good. So you want to avoid that, particularly as a technician, because they can set things on fire when they start fixing things. I think I'm going to stick her in here as a scientist. Yeah, we could use another scientist anyway. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and hit the space bar, get things rolling again. Oh, yeah, I've got to come in here. So this is my science lab, my research lab. This is relatively new with the latest alpha, or it was added in Alpha 4. And what we can do here is research new technologies. And I had this underway, but every time I reload the game, it forgets what I had underway, or what I had chosen. So you've got to come in here and re-choose it. So we are currently studying the Gamma-class matter refinery, which is going to offer a higher yield for the matter that we pull out of the space and dump into our matter refinery, which is this guy right here. Let's get some building going. So let me show you this construction manual. So we have a construction menu. We have various things that we can construct, and what I'm going to do right now is just get a basic room going, and I'm going to put it right here, simply by hitting construct and room, and we're just going to attach it to this area that's already built. It's going to show us this little yellow outline here that's going to start being built here as soon as I hit confirm, and it's going to subtract 358 matter from our pool of matter, which is there, and there it goes. Takes it up front, and we're going to go ahead and hit spacebar. We'll get some builders working on that. Well, why don't we go ahead and build... Let's put some more rugs. Let's put a rug over here, because rugs make people happy. Because nobody wants to have cold feet when they wake up in space, right? So we're going to hit construct, and we're going to go down here to object, and then go to the residence. So we have all of our various rooms, and I'm going to click on residence, and these are the options that we can build in the residence zone. So I'm going to go ahead and click on space bed, and it's going to cost actually pretty expensive. Oh, did I say space bed? No. Let's try that again. Object, residence. I wanted a space rug. Oh, they're pretty cheap. They're only 50 matter. So I'm going to put some rugs in here. Try to make people happy. I don't honestly know if each rug makes people happy or if just one rug makes people happy. There's a lot of stuff going on under the hood that I don't really know what's happening. Just these little creature comforts, a plant, a rug, the little TV monitor here. If you put those, spread them out in all your rooms, that'll make people a little bit happier. Okay, here we have something interesting. We have a random event happening right now, and this is space debris incoming. Take cover. Seems like a good idea. Now, I've just paused the action here so I can deal with this properly. I want to show you guys what we do. Now, we've got all these people walking around. This is a fairly busy hall because you've got people going from residences and the fitness room over to the bar. And we've got some folks here sleeping. They could potentially get hit by these asteroids. You can see the outline here of this little radius, which means these debris, the space debris, is probably going to hit somewhere in this area, which means these guys could get hurt. So here's something that you can do, and I've already built up these alarms in some of the rooms, at least the ones where people are sitting doing nothing, like sleeping. I'm going to go ahead and hit that alarm, turn it on. It's going to turn the floor red, and it doesn't actually make any noise, fortunately. At least not for us, but for them it's going to wake them up, and it's going to send them running, because we want people out of there. Get out of there, peoples. There they go. So they have responded, and they're just running around. Whoops. And I want to see what she's got to say here. Anna's already hurt. She's fleeing, which is good. So they will not go back into that room. If they do go back into the room, they come back out. Now, I don't have an alarm in this hallway. I wish I did, because I would send them fleeing from the hallway, too. So, yeah, they're kind of dumb in that regard. But, that's my job as administrator. To build... to foresee things like this, and to build the proper safety gear here in pretty much everywhere where it might be necessary, and that means every stinking room. Now, I was at least smart enough and had the foresight to put fire extinguishers in every room. You absolutely have to have one. Buddy, just get out of there, John. John's my best builder, dude. Get out. He's sad. Here it comes. Here it comes. Everybody look out. Keep your head down. Oh, boy. All right, so now we get some people responding to the fires that are being started here. Now this dummy's going to try to put it out with his foot. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I've seen a lot more fire than that one. That was put out pretty quickly. This is why you want to have fire extinguishers, because people will attempt to put out the fires with by stomping it out with their feet, and they can sometimes catch on fire, and I've lost citizens that way. I've lost citizens to all sorts of weird things. Like sometimes the space debris will blast a hole in the wall and they'll go flying right out. They get sucked out to space. It's one way. They can get shot by raiders. There's some sort of alien creature that can burst out of the bellies. Yeah, so there's all kinds of strange things that can potentially happen. Oh, we're still fleeing from this room. Let's go turn off that alarm. Sorry, you can go back to bed. People do need their rest, so they get grumpy and they don't do their jobs efficiently. And that's another thing that we have to keep in mind as the administrator is, and I don't know how much of this is actually working right now. Again, it's because it's an alpha, but if they're down in the dumps, you know, if they're super sad, if they're, I don't know if super sad is an actual classification, but if they're really sad or kind of sad or deeply sad, then they might sleep more often. They might go to the bar and drink more often, try to, you know, wallow in their sorrows. And if that's the case, then they're not going to work as efficiently either. And it's really important for everybody, in particular our technicians, because technicians will wander around the base and fix things because everything breaks down over time. For example, look at our recyclers here. 56%, 53, 48. You really need to have 3 or 4 very good technicians on a base this size, all running around just maintaining things. And if they're sad, then they're not going to be doing very good jobs. And things will break down and just stop working. So that's something that you want to keep in mind. Now, let's go back over here to... Oh, here we go. I'm going to assign this room now that it's completed. I'm going to go ahead and assign it as a pub. I'm going to change the background color here. And it tells us your pub needs a bar for citizens to drink at it. Place a bar from the object menu. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go to object. We're going to go to our pub. And we'll stick a bar down here. Let's put it right there. Looks good. It's going to cost 250 matter. And bam. My builders will head over there and start cranking. Oh! No, they're not. We need a door, of course. We can't get in there to build anything without a door. So Penny's technician skill has increased, so the more they work at a particular job, the better they get at it. So this is one of the reasons you don't want to move people around too much from job to job. You can have people fill in briefly, like I did here with the security guard. Where's that security guard? Did I actually set her? Oh, I guess I didn't. But you don't really want to do that too often. You want them to get better at their jobs. So the longer they work at a job, the better. And occasionally, if you look at their Spacebase pages, sometimes they'll say, "Oh, God, I hate this job. Mining stinks, but I wish I were a security guard." Then in that case, you might want to move them to security guard unless there's a huge discrepancy between their skill. Because that might make them happy. Here we go. So we have John Gupta. This is one of my original citizens here. He was on the first seed pod. He's kind of sad. Taking a break, playing a little game. So now we got the bar built. That's nice. And we have a way to get in here. And now I'm going to go ahead and build up a fire extinguisher. You absolutely have to have a fire extinguisher here. I'm going to put it on that door there. So I'm hoping these 2 bartenders will split up. We have 2 bartenders. Maybe we'll get one over here. Oh, geez. Oh, fortunately, the fire extinguisher is just built because here comes more space debris. Oh, yeah. Okay, so Melina is going to be the bartender of the new bar. In fact, we can rename things here, too. So, like, I can give her a new name. I can even give the room a new name, and I think I want to do that. This is called the old Dinosaur. We're going to call it, there we go, Melena's Bar and Grill. And Melena, honey, you may just want to get out. Oh, man. Once again, there's no alarm here, so she is most likely going to take a hit here. I haven't seen him killed by the debris, but the fires can cause some damage. Oh, we gotta hit space and get everybody back into action. Oh, look at this! Steiger! He's the competitor. who owns this bar up here, the Iron Dwarf Star. He's checking out the bars, checking in on Melina right now. This is great. I could potentially lose both of my my bartenders in one fell swoop. Not cool. But these are some of the things that happen here. And oh, look at this. He's already waiting for drinks. So let's see who's... Oh, Steiger's going to do double duty. Everybody's coming to the new bar. Look at Melina's. And Steiger's moving right in. She's like, no, you're not, dude. This is my bar. Get back to your own bar. I'll serve drinks here. Great. Everybody out, please. I probably could have built an alarm in the time that this thing... Oh, here it comes. But sometimes they just don't respond quickly. He's doing sit-ups and there's space debris on the bar. Oh, that's rich. John! Alright, no fire. That's good. Place is built pretty well, apparently. I'm going to put my beacon inside this derelict and hit go and see if my security forces will go check out that base. Now, apparently, bases before weren't really worth checking out because in many cases they only housed raiders. But now they can house research cubes or something. So I might be able to find a technology in this base, in this derelict. So I think they're worth looking into now. They could be. It still might be just raiders hanging out in there. I guess we're going to find out when my security team decides to go and respond. They might actually be asleep. Alright, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to speed things up a little bit. Now, you know what? Let's take a look around. Oh, here we go. One of my team is heading out that way. Let's take a look at some of these other zones. This is the garden zone where we grow food. And then that food is actually harvested by botanists. And then it can be put here in the refrigerator. And then it'll be cooked by the bartender and served. Oh, here we go. See, Tanya's now actually, she's my botanist. She's delivering the crops to the refrigerator. And it looks like, oh, here comes Steiger. Steiger's coming back to cover his bar. He's got the fridge. People still eat here. So basically, he'll take the food out and cook it when people come for food. And you actually want to have this nice fresh food for people because it does make them very happy. This bar leaves a little something to be desired down here at Melina, so we're going to have to spruce that up. Alright, let's go see if Gofu Ofu is getting inside. Can you get in there, buddy? Okay, your security are waiting at the beacon. They will wait until they have as many as you've requested. Okay, this is something new. Alright, I don't know where my other security member is. Let's take a peek here. Anna, is she sleeping? Oh, she's on her way. She is responding. Okay, good. Anna's on her way. Gofu, just hang out. That's cool that he hangs out and waits because they didn't do that before. They would go all willy-nilly, one at a time, and get slaughtered by raiders. These people need a lot of administration, let me tell you. Here they go. They're going into the airlock. Hopefully they go in together and not suffocate one another. What is this? I don't know what this flag is here. That's something new. Are they both in here? Okay, they're both here. Here they go. Now the fog of war should be removed as they go from room to room. I'm wondering what this flag is. Claim. Allow. Oh, right. Okay. We can claim these derelicts or not. Sometimes you don't want to. In some cases, you don't want to claim the derelict. If you don't plan on adding it to your base, you don't want to claim it because your technicians will fly over here and start maintaining the equipment here. And they don't necessarily want that. So here they go. They're going to clear the next room. Good. Oh, we have some food here. We've got a space dresser. This place isn't too bad. The old derelicts and the old Alpha never had all this equipment. There they go. We've got oxygen recycled, so there's oxygen on this little derelict. Still looking. Oh, it's a fusion reactor. Isn't that interesting? Smushes hydrogen. As far as I know, these aren't even working, but, well, there's one on this base, on this derelict, but I guess it doesn't really do anything. Okay, and there's one room left. Oh, we even have a hydroponics culture over here. Incoming ship. Alright, come on, check this one out, too. Okay, apparently no space cube, no research cube. Doesn't look like there's any research zone on this derelict. It would have been cool if there were one. So I'm going to kill that beacon and just send him back home. Yeah, I don't know what else to show you guys. Oh, here we go. Oh, here's a suspicious... If this is... You know what? Maybe this will be a raider and we can get a little battle going. There's a little bit of combat. Not much yet. But again, everything's being fleshed out. It's still in alpha, so there's a lot more to go. A lot more being added. Why don't we go ahead and see what this guy is up to. So, hello. We have a work order to check your airlock doors. That sounds pretty suspicious, doesn't it? We're just going to go ahead and let him come in. Holy moly, we definitely don't want busted airlock doors. Come on aboard. Oh. And my security team is not even here. It's a raider. Oh, crud. All right, security team. It looks like he might be going to this airlock. Let's get our beacon over here quickly. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to have to assign somebody else to security duty that's on the base. How about Jobu Obu? He's chatting in the bar. He's got nothing better to do. All right, Jobu Obu. He's not a bad security. 3. It's only 1 raider. So I think we can handle him with 2 guys. How about Laura? And she's at the bar too. Looks like people like the new bar. This is nice. Are they talking about it? Just spent 3 hours playing Last Possible Quest 12 and powered down without saving. I want to die. Oh, here we go. Melina's Bar and Grill ain't much, but it's the best we got in the space. Please tell me I'm too particular, though. Way better than some of the other space. Look at that. That's pretty funny, isn't it? Now, we're going to just turn her into security. That's what we wanted to do. So, we're going to go back to this beacon. Let's clear that beacon. And we're going to just click, 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 click. I want everybody going here. I think that raider is going to this airlock. It looked like... Yeah, there he is. There he comes. Here he comes. Here he comes. All right. Where's my other team? Are they still in that base or are they back yet? I don't see them. Oh, no. They're in the airlock. All right. They're getting their suits on, so they're way far behind. All right. But we have... Laura is now a security. And by the way, if you look at the top left of that little pop-up, you see this star. That's indicates their profession of that person. So we've got... Hammer is maintenance... bartender, etc. So Jobu Obu's still chatting. He's not going to respond to the beacon, it looks like. He's thinking about it. Let's see what he's got to say in his space face. Whoa, they really classed up Melina's Bar and Grill. They made me security today. Whoop-de-doo. Here he goes. Okay. So he realized he's on the security team. He's just not too excited about it, apparently. So they're going to guard this door. Here comes the space raider. He's a raider. He's ugly. Nasty is entering the base in airlock 5. Here we go. John! Oh my gosh, no, John, get out of there. It's like my best builder. Alright, guys. Oh no, look at these dumb citizens. Here he comes. Here he comes. He's shooting an enemy, which would be us. Shoot back! Yeah! Nice. Dead by phaser fire. Good job. Yes, high fives all around, Laura. Hostiles, lock and load. Check out her space face here. It's awesome. Okay. Now we can... Apparently we can research some new body armor and some guns and some things. Phaser rifle. There really isn't a whole lot of combat right now. That's basically... That's probably the extent of it. The raiders will come and raid your base occasionally. Or sometimes you'll find raiders on the derelicts if you happen to go check them out. What are we doing over here, people? Okay, this could be a little bit of a bug. Once again, it is alpha, so you might run into little things like this. And just keep that in mind. That is early access. The game has a long way to go. Alright, just changing gears here, folks. I did want to show you how to get started with Spacebase DF-9. I think I had mentioned that early on in the beginning of the video, so it may be a moot point at this juncture, but what the heck. Let's go through the motions just to say we did. So the first thing you're going to do with a new base is select a location to send your intrepid little space travelers out to get started on a new base. And this looks like a lovely spot. If you look up on the top right-hand corner, we've got 2 green words. And green words are good, red words are bad. Stellar density is high, which means we're going to have a lot of matter to play with. Warp gate proximity is very close. That's excellent, or at least it will be when traders are added down the road. They're not in the game yet, but they will be at some point. Threat factor is low. That means we'll get fewer pirates, most likely. And magnetic interference, extremely low, means we'll get fewer derelict ships, which could be a good or a bad thing. I don't mind the derelicts so much because, at least now that they have research cubes, that they could potentially have research cubes, because those could be good or bad. But for this demonstration, we're just going to go here at green zone 22-31. We're going to accept that spot and then deploy the seed. And by the way, the game starts with 3 space people, not 4. I thought 4, but it's 3. So here we go. We have arrived. 350,000 light years. But why don't we go ahead and just get started constructing. So the first thing you're going to do is make everybody a builder, because we need to get into a base with oxygen fast. We have 2,000 matter. We don't have to do any mining right away. But if you look here at the individuals here, Josie Yu, you can see she has 8 minutes of oxygen. They all do. So we got to get something constructed right away. We're going to go to room, and we're just going to make a room. Oh, actually, we want to find the matter. Find some matter. You do want to get close to some matter if possible. Big chunks of it. But for this demonstration, we're just going to do it right here. I'm going to make a small room for the airlock. It doesn't have to be very big. Just has to house the 2 doors, airlock doors, and a locker and a fire extinguisher. And there they go. They're going to go ahead and get that built up. And that should only take a minute or 2. And then once that's done, we're going to build an oxygen, a life support room, and put some oxygen recyclers in there. Of course, we have to build airlock doors. Whoops, there are special airlock doors, by the way. So you've got to go to... oh, wait, I have to assign this as an airlock first. Or did it already do that? No, it didn't. Airlock. There we go. Bam. Construct, object, airlock. I'm sorry, I guess that's under doors. Under doors, right. So we have 2 kinds of doors. We've got the airlock doors and regular doors. So they're going to go ahead and build those airlock doors, and we have to put a locker in here as well, which is in the airlock. I'm going to turn that just like that, and then we're going to construct like a hall. You know, so we're going to do something like this. Make a little hallway. And this is essentially how the game gets started. So you've got 2,000 matter to play around with. So don't be shy. And then we'll have another room over here, which will be for our oxygen. Oh, you have to make sure it's attached. That could be a problem. But so you get the idea. And this says it'll hold 18 oxygen recyclers. Wow. 10 sounds good. So you have to, make sure that you have enough matter to do all this, of course. But that's it. And then you get started. And you'll have new ships incoming that'll add more people to your base, since again they don't procreate on their own. You have to allow immigrants in and then assign jobs to them. So that's it, guys and gals. I'm done here. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that I was able to give you enough information about Spacebase and show you enough of the game so that you can make an informed decision to purchase the game and get involved with in early access or not, or perhaps wait until the game is complete and buy it then, or not buy it at all if it's not your cup of tea. So that was the goal here at Indie Game Test Drive. I hope I have accomplished that. And don't forget to leave a like if this video did help, and a comment down below if you have any feedback for me or just want to say hi. Feel free. All right, ladies and gents, I'm out of here. Have a nice day. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.